I was gonna
Oh
say,
yeah.
was there like a loud siren, like a pyramid head, or
No, but there was one night where, no, it wasn't one night. It was one morning where this plane went by, and I swear because of like the mountains and everything, it just reverberated for like 5 minutes. It was the loudest
yeah,
thing we ever heard. We just started making jokes like, the planes are going south for the winter.
it's so loud. Of course.
It'd be like that sometimes.
Yeah.
Sometimes it do be like that. I love that you could have not heard the conversation and still said that.
Oh no! I heard about the planes. I had gotten a couple notifications from Patreon, and I was just wanting to make sure I didn't forget to add any names because we didn't have a session last week. But nope, all the names are counted. All the names are accounted for, except for one name that is no longer on the overlay because they weren't feeling too good, and I'm not gonna make anyone play TTRPGs when they don't feel too good. And that's good and fine and dandy. Thank you so much for tuning in. Welcome back to Trash Chronicles, the show that keeps on going, and it keeps on. Don't stop. We don't pay the tab till the last stop, so we all ride for nothing.
They don't stop coming.
Well, we all ride for nothing because this train never stopped. This is the story of a fellowship of felons who wanted to get a deer out of their business, so they decided to take it home. Well, they're more or less commanded to by the mayor of the little city park that they live in the middle of a human suburb. These crusaders are, of course, little woodland animals. We got possums and raccoons and a crow. But when last we were hanging out with them, they crossed over to a more mystical side of their reality. A high fantasy world contained within the woods on the outskirts of the human suburb. And they got clued in on some of the mystery and intrigue as to the reasons why they even had to embark on this journey, culminating in the reuniting of our dear friend Thrall Abdul and and the young newly christened Lynx King. And I want to bring us into that moment when the forlorn young lynx cub on his chaise throne of different various animal bones locked eyes and recognized who was standing before him. Thrall Abdul standing, his very tall and regal, slender humanoid deer visage. I would like to just paint this picture. The lynx cub laying on the chaise of bones when lying down appears as a lynx would to you or I in the real world. On top of his head, the crown of thorns that symbolizes the weight and duty and pain of leadership. And when the recognition hits, the Lynx King gets up and assumes the semi-humanoid appearance that befalls all the creatures that we witness in our plays day-to-days. A young boy, no older than 8, with tousled, blondish brown hair just poking out in all crazy directions underneath this crown, and over his shoulder a cape that obscures his right arm. As he gets up, he stumbles off of the throne and runs to give Thrall a hug just barely above his knees. If anyone would like to gauge the room, as I described it prior, it's a beautiful canopy of leaves in a birch grove that has a lot of just natural symmetry, and that the throne of bones was flanked on either side by 2 on the right side, 3 on the left side, vultures who take upon their humanoid forms, looking, for lack of a better analogy, like Mitch McConnell. All 5 of them. What'd you guys roll?
Let's see. That's an 11.
Woo!
I don't know what we're adding to it, so it could be more.
I'm just gonna roll a different die instead of finding that.
Oh, it says cunning.
Plus cunning? Oh boy, that's a 14.
It's a 14 for you. It's a 7 for you, and an 8 for you.
I'm a detective.
You're a detective.
I'm a detective.
All 3 of you notice, because you're standing behind Thrall Abdul, that the hug that the Lynx King gives to Thrall Abdul is one-handed. And Morgan...
Elaborate.
Morgan...
is this one-handed like he only has one hand? Or like one-handed like it's kind of
he seems to...
hug?
He seems to be hugging with his whole heart with one hand. And Morgan, I'm going to say with your 14, you notice that way, you're a bird. You know this. You are always aware of your surroundings, especially up. Way up in the canopy, and there is a 6th vulture. Whether or not you keep that to yourself or kind of try to subtly tell everyone in the present area is up to you. But Ronnie,
who's standing like directly next?
It was Chewy, but he's just gone.
Chewy's off on a cooking adventure for a solo night.
I believe so. Yes.
I
believe in my heart of hearts.
He's entered the Iron Chef competition of the show. Squeeze off.
I am picturing me leaning over like, "Hey Chewy, what's your read on?" Oh,
Chewy. Bing bing.
Chewy? Never mind.
He's just gone.
If there's one person in this group I'm not worried about, it's Chewy.
Well, Chewy was technically in the room with me before we started moving into this throne room area. Would I have clocked for him taking...
The last thing you remember is Chewy chuckling when Ronnie was accosted by mosquitoes. Sorry.
So I kind of stopped paying attention for half a second because of Ronnie being accosted by mosquitoes.
And the general needing, the general hypervigilance of needing to just recognize your surroundings as you're moving through this new area. That also added to that.
Yeah, we're gonna clock that, and I'm gonna give a little bird elbow into the ribs of Ronnie, and just kind of give you an eyes up.
Ronnie, you look up and you don't see anything out of the ordinary. You just see beautiful leaves.
We'll talk later.
Yeah, as soon as I shrug, I just kind of turn back to toss over to them. I'm not gonna hold it. We're in dangerous territory. I kid, of course. Their guards ain't shit, apparently. Anyway.
All 3 of you
being stared upon by 6 Mitch McConnells.
I'd like to be the person
one
who's
from the
after
shadows.
that. One's enough.
What is enough?
That's too many.
Yeah.
They are just a bunch of old men with no hair and
Wrinkly old men.
Just a bunch of wrinkly-headed old men.
Owls.
Yeah, cowls, jowls, various blings.
From howls to gels. Vulture story.
Uh, um, but like, yeah, the Lynx King is just crying into Thrall Abdul's knees at this point. And Thrall looks down and places a hand on the young king's head and kind of scratches about. It is very nice to see you. It is very nice to see you too. My lord. Cut that out. I... I do have one question, sire. Is it not customary to hug with both arms a long-lost friend? And the young king takes a step back. And from a just above an elbow point where an arm would be, the cloak raises up, seeming to signal that yes, his right hand just above the elbow was taken from him.
Bad day.
Thrall, his eyes are wide and speechless. They told me you died. I nearly did. Yes. Does that mean that they lied to me? I don't think so. They had every right to believe that I was dead. And he looks over at the 5 vultures in plain sight. My condolences for your missing 6th member, dispatched by Lord Barrington. And you can see them all act taken aback and whisper to each other in low yet very venomous tones to each other. This calls for a celebration. This calls for rewards. Your 3 wasn't there a 4th one? There was another one, I think.
I think he has a tendency to wander off. It's only for important business, of course.
Oh, okay. Hope that.
Because of Chewie selecting ingredients for Iron Chef.
Meanwhile, we cut to him doing. He's not doing Iron Chef. It's not intense. He's in the equivalent of the Great British Bake Off. He's just having a calm time, serene.
This. You were just in time. We were just about to make some important decisions as to.
Huh?
Okay.
I just had
hear
to
me
step
now?
out to use the bathroom
There
for
we
a second. She's back now.
We were about to.
No, my mic did that thing again.
Dip. We are about to make some very important decisions that I believe I've been kept mainly in the dark about the actual significance of them all. Is that so? Well, let us see to it that the illumination of such important topics can be brought to light. My lord. Stop that! And he slugs him in the knee. He is a, like I said, he's like no older than 8, but clearly he has been forced to age and mature very rapidly in a very short period of time. There is a manner to the way that he walks, that signifies that the recent events are still weighing very heavily on this young man. And he takes a seat at on his bone throne, and one of the vultures pipes up and says, "We have been getting many complaints from the Hound Guard that the rations that they have been allowed to take are not sufficient or conducive to a healthy diet. And we were suggesting that perhaps the lords of the Warren might be able to spare a few of their citizens in order to keep the very people who protect them safe and full. You know, those individuals, the Warren, they breed, well, like rabbits. I doubt, truly, that it will be of much consequence to those people." And the Lynx King, he thinks it over. And you can tell by the way he's like pacing the issue back and forth in his mind that he's like already forgotten that he has his advisor back with him, like his true advisor back with him. And so when Thrall Abdul puts his hand on his shoulder, his right shoulder, he kind of recoils, takes a moment to catch his breath, and then looks up. Yes, Thrall, what do you have to say? "It may be true, my lord, that the lords of the Warren breed like rabbits, because they are rabbits. It does not mean that they should be forced to willingly sacrifice their children. The current system is in place to keep balance between the herbivore and carnivore populations. We remember the Wild's Call calls for a sort of a test of speed and agility amongst all of its creatures. Those who are slow get pruned from the population so that each species can reach its full potential. It is the law of the land for that very purpose. Let us not forget that. Advisor, very wise. Thank you. The Wild Call. I had almost forgotten. The Wild Call. The very thing that almost took you away from me, yes. I forgive me, but perhaps such a cruel rule should be reconsidered, my lord. Well, my father, he was the strongest, more accurately, the fastest, nimblest creature of the wood, and yet, by the Wild Call's rule, he perished. I'm lost still. How can I tote the very laws, this mythical call? How can I let its will continue in this land when it has taken so much from me? Do you, strange creatures, do you follow... Do you follow... That was my right arm, sorry.
Man, the department just called. They're pissed. Anyway.
I'm sorry, it was a mistake for me to give up my dominant hand.
Yeah, how dare you? I use my non-dominant hand. Just because it happened to already be up.
Dude, what do the scholars of your strange foreign lands, what do they say of the wild call and its rulings on who lives and who dies?
We don't have that.
Yeah, I'm the only scholar that has been told anything about it, really. Sorry, Ruby. It is the wrong accent, also.
Hey!
Hey.
I'm kind of the only scholar who's been told anything about it, and so far it's pretty interesting because we don't really choose for anyone to die per se. That sounds dystopian is a word apparently, but Ronnie knows.
Barbaric also.
That okay? Well, yeah, I was trying to be a little more eloquent about it.
You think us uncivilized?
How do I put this? You guys are in a vastly different situation than we are. We have sources of food that aren't each other's, and I understand that if you had to eat other people, this whole thing's kind of alien to me. You have to understand that might be a problem where you would need to work something out. But we do not have that at all. Where we're from, we have plenty of food, and it doesn't require us to eat each other. I eat from a thing the gods leave us gifts. It's a whole thing.
The gods?
Yeah, the gods.
Humans?
I have a pamphlet if you want to give that a read over.
He stands up from the bone throne and walks right up to you, Ronnie. He is like an 8-year-old child who is taller than you.
Okay,
Yeah.
bobcats aren't that much taller than possums.
He's a lynx.
They are, but sorry, lynx are not.
Yeah, but he's still taller than you.
Yeah, he is taller than me.
Yeah.
The bigger they are, the higher they fall. But I don't say that out loud.
Ronnie, let's not insult the royalty.
I did not. I don't say that out loud. I realized I was doing it in the accent.
You call humans gods and take gifts from them.
Listen, I understand why that would sound bad to you.
Do you know what they've done to me and my...
If I may interject, Your Honor.
You may not!
Okay, all right. Well, then I will continue, I guess. So thanks, Sam. No, it's
Shut
more complicated now
your
than I saw.
lowly maw.
We're not going to use terms like that, though.
Humans took my father from me.
Some humans took your father.
Humans.
I'm not trying to defend all of them. Some gods are evil. I've learned that.
Yeah,
Some of them are
we've
children.
met a god of death, and
That was horrifying. Probably the one who took your father. I don't know how these things work, but that one, we're not trying to defend that one.
What I was meaning to say, Your Honor, is that the way that we view humans and the way that you view humans appear to be vastly different. The situation in which you are talking about this wild call, and yeah, the fact that you have humans that hunt you down, that's never happened until we met your big boy here. We've never seen that.
We also saw humans that helped Thrall get
We
back.
did have a god of healing.
He
Yeah,
puts
that's what
he puts his left-handed finger up to you, Morgan,
Which one of us? Okay.
to Morgan, and then looks right up at Thrall. Yes. Blasphemy! Blasphemy! Ah! Ah! Blasphemy! Blasphemy! Ah! All 5 of them just go ring out this just discordant, awful chorus of blasphemy. And Thrall Abdul slams down on his forehooves and like kind of pushes his head up, pushes his horns up into the face of all 5 of them and says, "You know not the trials and tribulations that I and these 3 strangers, there was 4, I swear to God, I swear to the call, there were 4 of them. You have not seen the humans I've seen. You have not felt the kindness I've felt. You know nothing. Do not speak to me. And do not call what I've experienced blasphemy. For you know not. My lord. My lord.
Way to fucking grow a backbone, bud.
My lord, my liege, my lord.
Where
All
were you
of them,
all your
they've-
time getting here?
They have grown. He has grown tainted by the devourers, the demons that scourge this land, the demon that took your father, those wild 2-legged things that walk and never crawl. They have poisoned your advisor.
I don't like you.
I
Hey, I got a question for you. You without the feathers. On top of you.
insolent little thing.
Yeah, I got that. Weren't there supposed to be 6 of yous, you said?
Our brother was killed by Lord Barry Barrington.
Oh, that's crazy. Who the hell's that?
Get him, bestie.
Lord Barry Barrington is a noble of Thistle who...
Yeah,
No,
I got that.
no.
Hey, yeah, up there. Hey, Your Honor, you wanna take a
You
peek?
wanna leave? Oh, I just picked my flashlight up.
Okay. Yeah, flashlight him.
Yeah.
I'm just putting it out
Yeah.
there that I call him Your Honor because I don't think Morgan knows how to address royalty appropriately, and he knows how to address a judge.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Exhibit A.
You flick the flashlight up, and the Lynx King and Thrall Abdul and... I mean, not the other vultures. Everyone, the Lynx King and Thrall Abdul look up, and illuminated in the flashlight now is the 6th vulture that
Damn.
Morgan had noticed
I think he's
prior.
blind now, actually.
Well, so-
Now that I think about what this flashlight does.
Sacrifice to the bear, huh? Wow, magic! What a time
Miracle.
to go live! Absolute miracle.
Real. Man,
See
you
the
guys have
gifts our
holidays
gods
here?
give us?
Shut, Ruby. I lean over. I gotta shut up, Ruby, but I also hold
The-
a fist out for a moment.
The vulture in the tree takes off. And
You want me to follow him there, Thrall?
I can only move so fast.
Well, the advantages of flight, you know.
if you feel you must, I will take the possums. I will take the possums elsewhere.
Hey, it's
My
your,
lord,
it's your court.
my lord, I will speak to you some other time. I do fear that my life is in danger. Possums, and he gets down on all fours, assuming the deer form that we know so well.
Yeah, I would like to take a moment while I'm climbing up onto this deer man to look up at the vultures and go, listen, I don't know what you're up to. I don't know your hustle. But I've done the fucking work to keep this deer alive, and I ain't giving up now.
Yeah, I want to swing around my sticky hand. Like, don't make me bitch slap you.
You attach the Beyblade to the slippy hand, and you have a real
No.
fucking.
I'm just picturing.
I don't
want
wanna
to
use up its sticky.
Just going.
Yeah.
I'm here with a flashlight.
Yeah,
Also,
tiny
I can imagine that
little
because the
paws.
vulture was blind, he like hit a tree on his way out.
Yeah.
Morgan, you take to the sky, and Thrall Abdul rears up like silver and starts to gallop away through the birch grove, and with blazing speed you are just whisked away on the back of the deer. We leave the Lynx King surrounded again by those bad birds, but as you are being whisked away by Thrall, you do see the lot of them fly off in various directions from the Birch Grove Palace that you have just fled. Morgan, it is time to chase down a bad bird. What do you want to do?
Boy. Oh boy, here we go. Let's see. I would take that, despite my advanced age, that these buzzards are a little bit older and slower than.
I mean, it certainly appears that way. I'm not gonna, because they're vultures. They look old, but you never know.
I can say that having seen like turkey buzzards firsthand, they're big.
Big birds.
What do I want to do? I got some dirty fighter stuff. How mean do I want to be to them?
Well, this bird feigned death and was stupid enough to show itself where his other birds were, and Biz, like, dumb enough to show up again in a public place, despite like essentially hanging out in the would-be rafters of this place.
Okay, quick Google. Crows have a top speed of 30 when they're in pursuit, and vultures have a speed of 30.
Cool.
Yeah, I'm glad. I also Googled it, and I was sitting on that data.
Yeah.
I, on the other hand, have a toothpick crossbow, and he does not.
Oh! He's also not flying real great because he was blinded.
Ah, good point. I don't have to do a confused senses on him, which was my other.
Yeah, you gimped him. Good.
I'm gonna hit him with a trick shot.
Yeah.
And we're gonna say. All right. So I'm gonna use this shot, and I'm gonna aim. I'm gonna use a trick shot to aim for like the side of his head to really throw him off balance and see if I can knock him out of the air.
Go for it.
The toothpick's probably not going to do a ton of damage to him, but I can at least try to throw him off. So I roll with finesse, which is luckily my second highest. Oh, that's boxcars, baby.
Boxcars!
Yeah!
Heck yeah!
That's a 14 total. So it says
do a barrel roll.
Do a barrel roll and just fly it. It's like, thanks, Fox. I thought they almost had me. So
whatever.
So it says that my shot hits where I choose, whether they're behind cover or hidden. I'm assuming that if we're in flight, that is effectively like cover because we're in pursuit. So I'm gonna hit him like square in the temple and see if I can knock him.
Square in the temple. Yes. So this was a really good finesse roll for you. Yeah.
I've rolled an 11 and a 12. Those are my only two rolls tonight.
That's freaking sick.
What a time to come back.
What a time. Dice are hot tonight, ladies and germs. You send that toothpick sailing through the air. and it does a beautiful, just beautiful curve through the air and sticks right into the side of this vulture's temple, causing it to not like fast dive down, but like it's like you hit the side of a bomber plane. It's just kind of going.
Buckle up, we're going down.
Give me a cunning check as you pursue this soon-to-be downed bird.
That's a what was it? Plus, that's a 7.
It's a 7. Your smell sense is not that great, but you're starting to catch on to something. Something like it smells something like a conversation, but a conversation in a dialect you don't understand just yet. That's something that you're just starting to like hone into as you chase this vulture down.
That makes sense considering the last time, like, Sam was one of the last people to like fully immerse himself in this new world.
But like now you're doing what you do, and you're like using that as a key into the new rules of this place, which is great. But you're just starting to get into this, whatever this other like conversational thing that these creatures are able to do in this environment. And you follow this bird down as it crashes through through branches and lands in just this great big patch of fern that coats the forest floor. There's a great big crater where this bird just like hit the deck really fast and hard. And you flutter in through the tunnel, the arboreal branched tunnel that was just crash made for you. I'm following this bird down.
I'm dive bombing through his like path of destruction.
There's like a spray of dirt and a great big indent where the fern used to be, where that vulture just landed. We're gonna go and jump back to the possum siblings with Thrall Abdul as they skirt away through birch trees, past Everglade, through bramble, and make it like whizzing past a sign called Creek Bed. And it is there next to a teeny tiny little water wheel that you see a pair of anthropomorphic overall wearing newts like bringing buckets of stuff in and out of. Does Thrall Abdul like start to slow down to catch his breath and lap up from the creek?
All right, Thrall, what's your plan? Where are we going?
Yeah, we just kind of left.
You gotta stop just running randomly. That's how you end up in parks.
Yeah, what's the plan here?
I don't know.
Okay.
Well,
I don't.
We're in your territory.
I know, and that's
You have the home field advantage today.
Who are your allies? Who do you talk to?
literally, everyone but you two has the home field advantage.
Well, oh yeah, but we also have weapons, so I'm not as worried about us.
We can handle ourselves.
Listen, raised
Come
on
on.
the streets.
Yeah.
I've known Lord Barry Barrington to do a lot of things, but never lied to me. And he told me that he had killed one of the vultures to get information about whether or not the vultures had led the hunters to the Lynx King, and by extension me and himself. So I'm running out of people that I think I can actually
Okay.
trust.
Vultures
we
off
know
the
we
list.
can't. Yeah, we can't trust the Lynx King either because we
Can't
know
trust
the
Bear
Buzzards
Barrington.
have poisoned him.
Okay. Who else do you know? I know the guards, and that's it.
Yeah, and I spied on your conversation, so I know the whole thing about them wanting the carnivores to eat everyone as much as they want.
You what?
Yeah,
You met
I'm
Ruby
a
before,
spy,
right?
you know?
Did you not assume Ruby was watching that whole conversation? You've
Always
met her.
assume I'm watching.
It's the most Italian you've ever said in this entire show.
Yay!
I'm trying.
Exists for a second, for just a second.
Ruby's finally Italian. Yay!
It doesn't
Hey!
exist where we're from.
Happy
so you
frickin'
don't need to be
birthday!
accurate.
Hey!
Anyway,
Get that gabagoo.
shut the fuck up.
I can't trust. I can't trust Barry. I can't trust Lynx King. Can't trust the advisors. Can't go back to. Can't go back to Everglades. It's the first place they'll look.
Okay. Calm down. Take a breath. What's the ratio of herbivores to carnivores here?
15-1. But most
15
of them,
kind of-
most of them are very small. Most of the carnivores are
but-
very large.
You got the numbers. The herbivores won't want to be eaten like that. If you could get them on your side and let them know what's going on.
Ruby's just starting a
A billboard
Let's
I
start a
saw.
riot! Yeah!
That's a billboard I saw while we were traveling, which I don't really understand what it meant. Said "Viva la
place-
Revolucion." So
This
I
plays
think maybe
perfectly into my drives of toppling
start a
a
riot.
figure, a tyrannical figure.
This is gonna be a first, but I completely agree with Ruby, 100%.
Do we? I don't. Oh,
It could mean all-out war, but
that's.
we got the numbers.
Imagine the casualties.
If we can arm them with human stuff, we'll have the
Oh.
advantage.
I don't want to be a bummer, but I don't think any of our magic items are gonna defeat a bear. So I was more
You
gonna say
do
maybe
know
let's.
the dump is right on the other side of the forest there, right?
Yeah, I mean,
It's a
Yeah.
treasure trove of human shit.
Hey, Pa, what are they
Fine.
talking about? I don't know, actually. It's the two newts.
yeah,
Yeah.
and I lean over and
Yeah,
go, "Hello,
they're-
how's your day going?"
Are you thinking about starting a revolution?
Would you be
Is
on
that-
board if we were?
Are you interested?
I don't know. Listen, I don't know not much about nothing but mill and flour. Don't know really a whole lot of...
Bro, I feel that.
Do you feel
That's all I know,
satisfied
too.
with how you're treated in this society?
Well, I get insects and when I give other people flour and I keep myself fit by running away from birds.
How would you feel if those birds were able to systematically oppress you into being eaten?
I don't think that's very nice.
Yeah,
That's what they
exactly.
wanna
And
do
that's
to ya.
about to happen.
Huh.
As far as I can
Haven't
see,
you
can-
noticed since the new Lynx King was in power?
There's a new
that
Lynx King?
Yeah, I don't think.
What
Lynx is
happened
that
to the
powerful.
old one?
He
What
got murdered.
Fucking
You have to see a new
turd
squirrel this whole time. I don't think they know anything about what's going on.
Hi,
They
Drew.
haven't told
Hi,
you.
Drew.
They're keeping secrets from you.
Hi, Druid. Is this true?
Well, you know him,
From
all
Monty
right.
Python sketch.
I'm afraid so. Naturally, we didn't want to
You guys just broke news.
Well,
They
naturally,
both just died
It's
of
just
heart
two of
attacks.
them.
naturally, we didn't want to tell everyone right away. I imagine he was coronated at a ceremony, attended by all of, not to insult you, but high-class herbivores and carnivores, those with a bit more political and literal stature. Oh, I get that. For everyone else's mental image, just imagine that I look like a Newt Griffin McElroy.
That's what I was imagining. So that was the same thing.
How would you, Mr. Newt, like an equal say in Parliament?
He doesn't know what any of those words mean.
You said
Not a single one.
Get.
Not even the word any.
Well, I suppose it'd be a little foolish to have uneducated folks like myself who only know about hiding and milling flowers make big decisions about that affect everybody. So maybe
They don't educate you?
well, I know what I need to know. I know about milling,
Okay.
and I know about hiding, and I know about
What if
teaching my
you-
little kid here how to hide. Isn't that right,
Not a
Newt?
Newt.
Yeah, Papa
What if
Newt.
what if you had the power to control the laws around Millen and make it where you didn't have to hide anymore?
Yeah.
It doesn't look
does-
fun. I don't know. I've never hidden before in my life, but
Oh, hiding's
It
a
doesn't
whole
look-
lot of fun, really.
Ruby ruined
There's
hide
the
and seek
mortal
for me from a young
terror.
age, so.
There's the mortal terror. There's the pounding in your head with your heartbeat and all that. There's the pressure of the rocks around you. It's all nice and cozy. And eventually, the bird takes off, and you get to live, which is always nice.
What if you don't?
Well, that just means I wasn't good enough at hiding. And my genes would have made my children bad at hiding. Ain't that right, little Newt? Yeah, Papa Newt. My daddy's genes real good.
Does someone
Actually,
else
it's just
tell
wearing
you how
overalls.
much you need to work?
I work as much as I need to get enough kids to feed this newt and that newt and the 98 other newts that I raise.
Absolutely crazy. He so dumb, but knows all about.
Very specific level of intelligence. A very specific knowledge base.
I'm trying to find out.
Listen,
Well,
most of my,
justice.
to be completely honest, most of my days is just waiting for the mill to finish milling, which gives me a lot of time to watch the cool, soothing river and watch for the reflection of birds. But if there's no
You know-
birds, I can just look at the river and think about stuff. So I'm a thinking little guy.
You know, I think maybe you can just keep doing what you're doing, and what we're
Way
going
more
to do isn't going to
intelligent
affect
than
you.
Yeah,
He's
he's
the true
obviously
mastermind behind all
okay
this.
with the proletariat right now.
He's the owner of the vultures. The vultures are in his pocket.
We figured it out. We found out. We got you.
I don't understand what's going on.
This Newt is outrageously the smartest person in this entire.
Yeah, he's the big villain. He's just trying to con us.
Nah, he's a very intelligent person who's made peace with his very small part in reality.
Okay.
He is just super zen.
Because when
Okay,
Trash Chronicles Season 2 comes out and this guy's the big fucking villain, I just
Welcome
don't
to
know
Newt
what
Corp.
crying means. Oh, God, he's a capitalist and everything.
Yeah, we gotta find someone who's a bit more
what?
angry
We're
at the
gonna do-
bourgeoisie.
Oh,
You
if
know
you
what?
want people who are angry at the bourgeoisie, you just gotta hop along that
Do
way.
you know what the bourgeoisie is? How did you know both words, parliament and bourgeoisie, if you don't know how your government works?
I
You know
think
what?
I think I just
You have a
took a
beautiful
real I think I took a real educated guess as to what that word meant because I heard you say it, and it kind of sounds like a bit about. It sounds like something, and I took a guess, and I guess I was right.
Okay.
Anyway, if you want
look,
someone who's mad at those people, you might want to talk to Claude. He's over there.
all right, we'll go talk to Claude, but first, do you have a minute to talk about our lords and saviors?
Lords and saviors.
Yeah, they're both.
Multiple?
They're multitask.
Anyway, let's cut back to.
We can skip the rest of the pitch. I just need to have made it. I just need to radicalize the forest.
Sam has a vicious itch being like, we don't have time for this.
Someone's dilly dallying.
Someone's
Trying
wasting
to
time.
create socialism here.
Yeah. So yeah,
You have lords and saviors.
and saviors.
It's the accent that does it for me.
Yeah. Yeah, Morgan, you approach the downed bird,
Oh boy.
surrounded on all sides by these long arching ferns that like coat the forest floor in a thick shag carpeting.
Nice.
Of which you're like underneath, so like it's just like fern up around you, and you can't really see above and around the fern, but you then also see trees above you, so it's like a tiny little fern-based arena, almost.
Good. Oh,
Created by the impact of this very large bird crashing into the ground.
this is perfect. He's definitely designed for a one-on-one comp. What did I get myself into?
All shucks.
All the things.
Oh,
Uh,
shucks.
I guess the first thing that in Sam's mind is just like, oh, we took down the perp. Now it's just time to apprehend. So he pulls out a zip tie and is approaching the downed vulture to handcuff him.
He like slowly gets his neck up, and takes a feathered hand, and plucks a toothpick out of his head, blinking his eyes. I've never known.
That was a good shot. I do say so myself as I'm approaching with the zip tie in one hand, and I'm like recocking another toothpick just in case.
What an interesting splinter. I've never known a crow to be such a prolific
Yeah, use your words. That's good.
prolific marksman.
You got a right to say whatever you want, but it will be used against you in a court of law.
A court of what?
Yeah, you're a man.
What?
Anyway, wings behind your back. All right, pal.
No.
That was his best defense.
All I've got.
You are completely, despite the clumsiness that I've displayed due to the witchcraft of your compatriots and that lucky shot, you are still in no position to make demands of me. And he flicks the toothpick at you.
I
Load it and fire it
actually
again.
am going to use confused senses, and I'm going to blow cigar smoke right into his eyes.
Word.
This man's eyes are being demolished.
This
today.
man's poor eyes.
This guy can leave today permanently able to see we've done a bad job.
I'm trying to use every dirty fighting trick I have to keep
If only you
surviving
had a
this encounter.
pocket full of sand.
No
I got-
such thing
I
as
got
dirty in a
smoke.
fight.
Yeah, I got crow smoke.
Crow
You don't
smoke.
want this smoke, literally.
Let's see which one was. Send. Figure out whatever. Roll finesse.
Oh,
Okay.
let's see if his
Papa
hot
needs,
dice streak continues.
That's a 5 on the die, which is 2 is a 7.
He
Mild
seems,
medium success.
and you can like, he's like coughing the smoke back out, but you can also, it's also very noticeable that he is trying to breathe in something. He's trying to catch a whiff of something.
Yeah, that is so confused right now with the cigar smoke in your face.
And it's at that moment that he realized, you can read on his face. I'm going to give you this for free. You can read on his face that he is just a slight bit nervous that he can't smell anything.
Yeah, I picked that up, right? Yeah, you guys are using scents for things, right? Well, you can't pull one over this old bird. And I'm gonna, as he's like looking confused, I'm gonna take that opportunity to try and get on his back and zip tie him down so he can't fly away.
Yeah, give me a bite check.
Yeah, that is my third best.
Ew!
That is 10 plus 1 is 11.
11. Okay.
Yeah.
That's pretty good might check. I'm gonna say with that might check, you manage to very swiftly, like, flap up and over onto this onto this buzzard's back, and start to zip tie the the wings behind his back. What the kind of?
So, where I come from, this is called being placed under arrest.
I'm not tired.
Yep. That's a new one.
I'm
All
getting.
right.
Well, let me continue dispensing the gifts of a high roll here. You, out of the corner of your eye, in the middle of this little bit of snarky back and forth, you notice from a couple of directions the fern leaves kind of swaying apart ever so slightly, and you think maybe for a second you catch the glimpse of orange fur.
That's I'm gonna pull out my little blade and I'm gonna put it to his neck and be like, frenzy.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Well,
Give me
you
a
should
luck.
probably figure out what I'm talking about.
Give me a luck check.
This is my second least good. we're going all the way down the line of my skills today.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I got a +0. That is a 7.
It's a 7. I was gonna say that's gonna add on top of the ongoing attunement to the kind of pheromonal scent language. With this luck check, you're picking up a couple of words that you recognize in this kind of candor of scent. Oh, that definitely means ambush.
Oh. I don't want to leave him here and let him get away.
Mm-hmm.
I am going to take him hostage, and I'm gonna basically like have him by the neck with the knife around his neck and just kind of like 360ing around and be like, call him off.
Call whom off?
Yeah, call him off. You heard what I said.
Strange. Whom?
I'm gonna go ahead and use another one of my
All your
special
abilities. Let's go.
We're gonna go with where was the last one here I had? It's the threatening visage, and I'm going to roll with might instead of charm to get him to call off this ambush.
Okay.
The 8. This one's a
My
9.
fellow threatening visager.
Yeah, I am just gonna threaten him. I'm gonna give him the old Batman and be like, call it off.
Captain, if you would be so kind. And from your vantage point, you see that
Standing on this buzzard's back.
standing on the buzzard's back, blade up to his neck, like rearing back, like a dragon rider almost. From that vantage point, you see that 2 of the 3 pathways of movement that you saw amongst the ferns stop. And into this fern clearing, a fox slinks out. Oh, Chancellor. Looks like you've got yourself all tied up in lies. And now by a lesser bird.
Oh. We're just gonna let that one go for now.
Hey, he's vulnerable. Law of the land.
Who is saying this?
Oh, that's the little chibi ruby devil on his shoulder.
and then like
There's like a little
immediately-
chibi ruby, like a little chibi Ronnie Angel on the other.
The angel leans over and goes, "Yeah, I agree. You should kick this guy's fucking ass."
Well,
We all have a little ruby on our shoulders.
hey, what? So I'm new to these pods. What's your role here?
Well, I'm a captain of a discreet guard of handsome creatures like myself.
He's a Secret Service agent.
humble,
Cool.
Oh, yes. There is no corps of fellows as humble as us foxes. We know our worth, and we're not afraid to speak on it.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Ah, that's going on TikTok.
Fucking nice.
I was debating on whether or not to do the accidentally using my right hand bit for TikTok, but nope, that's it. That's the one going on TikTok.
For fuck's sake.
For fuck's sake.
So, let's just put it this way: who's your boss? Is it this fella?
He's
Is he
the
your
one.
boss?
He's the one keeping our bellies full at the moment.
Yeah, that's. I'm gonna take him back because he's supposed to be dead.
That's what I was told as well.
Ah. Would you mind? I don't know, escorting me back? I don't know what your role is here. Because if you thought he was dead, but he's also the one this is very confusing.
To put it simply, he let us know that people were going to be saying that he was dead. But
Oh, so you knew he was alive, but you knew also that people were saying.
yes,
Okay.
that's
Yeah,
how
that's
a conspiracy works.
I'm picking that up. I'm picking up. Listen. I'm new to the area. I'm adjusting to the custom.
I didn't catch your name, little bird.
I didn't catch yours either.
I
take it your name's not Captain.
well, it's part of my title.
I got one of them too. That's cool. What's your name?
Captain Dash Foxworthy
God.
of Everglade.
Detective Sam Morgan, Bird Police Department.
The fuck is that?
I consider the same thing to you.
Touche. Anyway, are you going to eat that? I don't think you eat vultures.
I don't know, never had it before, but I know that there's a certain bear who might like the taste of vulture.
I'm gonna let you.
Try it.
I'm gonna let you think on that. I'm gonna let you think on that. No, I mean, kill him if you must. Call of the Wild and all that, but if you do kill him, I just wanted to know whether or not you were going to eat him, because I didn't think crows were the type.
I am, in fact, I am what you call a carrion bird myself, but
And you do seem to be packing as well. Get it, carrion bird packing as well.
Fucking damn it.
I love puns!
At least you understand it right away.
Freaking, I love bird puns. I love puns in
I'm
general.
running desperately low on bird puns, so I'm glad there was a new one.
well, typically where I come from, we don't go ahead and just off a perp, so to speak. We bring them in so that they can face justice for crimes they may commit.
And you want to bring him into Lord Barry Barrington of Thistle?
Well, supposedly he was the one who was supposed to have done the deed, so to speak. However, I'm sure that the your brand new king may want to have a fellow.
That would be... You're new. I'll let you make the decision. I see it playing out very differently, depending on who you choose to turn this scoundrel into. I see no reason to maintain any allegiance with this foul bird. I'm not a chicken!
Foul.
Yeah.
There's so many tonight.
Yeah.
Listen, it's the fox character. I just had to turn up the wordplay. Listen, okay. It's up to you. Detective, was it? This is your case after all. And when he says all, he licks his chops.
I'm gonna pull back, Mr. Vulture here, and I'd be like, so, doesn't seem like they like you very much.
They're foxes. I knew what I was in for when I turned to their shady, undersided pheromones.
Well, I'm gonna give you one or two options situation. I'm gonna either let you go and let these foxes deal with you, but I'm not gonna let you go nicely. Or we can both hightail it out of here, and you can potentially have a chance back, actually facing, you know, your little king.
Oh, boy.
Either way, things are not looking good for you. But I'm gonna give you the opportunity of either a swift death or a potential longer death.
Oh, by all means. Let me go. Oh, please. Let me face this horrid beast. What do you think will happen if you do let me go and be free again to and in front of these people who I'm paying?
Oh, I didn't say that I was gonna let you go nicely. Like I said, things ain't gonna go as well for you as you think they're gonna go. I think the phrase is rock and a hard place.
Oh, you're going to kill me.
No, but I'm not gonna leave you in a situation where you can necessarily defend yourself.
So you're not going to kill me?
Not entirely. And I'm also going to threaten him again. I'm going to use the threatening visage again.
It's so good, right? My fellow threatening visager.
Go for it.
Threatening, yeah.
Go for it.
It's great being Batman.
I'm a Batman. That's how Ronnie would say that sentence.
Vengeance.
I'm
I am the knight.
I'm Batman.
My first Batman line isn't actually from Batman; it's from a meme.
That's terrific.
Which is like Joker going like, "I'm rinsing out my grinder, Batman." No, that's the Keef.
That's the Keef, Joker.
I rolled a 9 on the die, and I might just +1 threaten.
Fuck yeah, that's.
I was like, I might. It's like I'm not going to kill you all the way. Some things are worse than death. Let's just say birds of a feather. I know how it can make it so that your life is easy going.
Do it. Fucking do it. Just the Ronnie angel goes, yeah, fucking justice, get it. Neither of them are good, to be clear. One's just in an angel outfit.
Yeah. The fox said he fills their bellies. Let him literally fill their bellies.
I'm letting him have a choice, whether or not he wants to work with me or if he wants to die.
What? I'll cooperate. I'll cooperate.
I am going to, while he's down, I'm going to put a second set of zip ties on his feet and just tie up his talons, and then I'm going to cut zip tie on his wings. So, what did you say you and I have back there, huh? I'm staying like on top of him. Like, let's just keep that knife right there. Yeah, this worked.
Yeah, give me a luck check.
All right.
Yeah, the Ruby Devil's all.
Damn it.
+0, that's an 8.
It's an 8.
Not a full 6. I would have loved to have had it.
I'm gonna say like these partial successes are just building on top of
Building
each
up.
other. You're learning more
not
and
a
more
great
about this
situation.
scent thieves can't. You're picking up more and more words and turns of phrase. Like you learned ambush. You're hearing a lot of you're sensing a lot of mistrust between Captain Foxworthy and this Chancellor Vulture right now. But then after some hard stares between him and the fox, he goes, "Very well, where are we off to?"
I figured we were just gonna go ahead back to where we started from.
Back to the palace. Then
That place. That's the.
I will.
As he's about to fly off, I am gonna blow like the biggest puff. I'm just puffing so hard on this cigar to make a huge like scent screen. I just confuse all of the fox's noses with cigar smoke.
Oh, that's my neighbor's car. I was like, what is that? Freaking. Yeah, you guys fly off in a bat pellet of smoke away. And we pan back over to Thrall Abdul walking downstream of Creekbread to what is essentially like a dock-filled river town of various other amphibious creatures and some straight up humanoid fish, like a school of like minnows. You see a couple crawdads with banjos. Crawdads with banjos, more newts doing other general mill newt things. It's like a river-based mill town that is like, it's part bayou, it's part high fantasy still. It's like, I don't know what the there's an aesthetic term for it, but it's like
Have you listened to Not Another D&D podcast?
I have not, no.
They have an area called the Crick.
The Crick,
which is where all the wood elves live.
word,
That's a map
And
of
it's just a mystical bog.
bayou.
Yeah, mystical
the
bayou.
bullywugs are there, which are like
Yeah.
frog people. And
So,
They live- they
that.
live-
so
they live
you're
in
saying
stumps.
there are. So you're saying there are fishmen. Are there any mountains painted on mountains?
No.
Does the fish rock
Listen,
live
there's
here
only
now?
room for one reference to another campaign, and you're coming up upon his shop, and it's a pile of rocks stacked up, and it's called Claude's Crevice of Curiosities.
This is Paternia stuff, isn't it?
Paternia stuff. Yes, Claude was the
Gotcha,
shopkeeper. Claude was my shopkeeper NPC, and he talked like this, and he's going to talk like this as soon as you interact with him.
Does he have a wife?
I'm fine with being outside of the in joke because I just spent forever making 18 rolls. So,
Yeah, that's fine. I'm also outside the in joke, but that's all right.
You guys gotta watch Paternia, yeah.
Ruby, I think you're much better at radicalizing people than I am. Why don't you take this one, and I'm gonna see if I can start talking through the smell thing we did earlier on my own. So you have fun. See if I can get the scholars on board.
There is, with the High Druid's arrival, a lot of injured, disease having, downtrodden, begging folks coming to the creekside and bowing and kind of worshipping a little bit at Thrall Abdul's feet, and he starts saying like generic prayers that basically amount to, if you die, you die, just know that your children will be stronger for it, etc., etc. Which, if you haven't noticed, it's the law of nature, which is the wild call.
just, yeah, natural selection.
Yep.
Yeah, so where's this Claude at?
It's yeah, you see, yeah, like I said, there's a and painted in like berry juice and clay paint in this pile of rocks. It's Claude's Crevice of Curiosities. And if you walk on in, and it is kind of dark, a little dank, a little wet all over the place, because it's a pile of rocks by a creek. There is, a lot of shiny rocks, a few eggs of various amphibious species. Like obviously, there are some newts and some some newts and some frogs that have taken to selling, like their excess eggs. Like they don't want to have like too many tadpoles, so they like sell their excess eggs off. For protein to be bought by other creatures. There are like dragonflies on a stick. There are like water striders in like potato chip bags. And sitting at the counter, which is this like just this piece of sediment like slate rock, is a big bullfrog. With big googly eyes and a teeny tiny little flat-brimmed hat, wearing like probably the least stained pair of overalls that you've seen throughout the entirety of Creek Bed, and he has just like a tiny little bit of like sea glass monocle over one eye. Yeah.
Hey there, are you Claude?
That is me, yes. I am Claude. Welcome to my Crevice of Curiosities and in general wares. Do you have anything, is there anything I can help you find?
No, you have an excellent selection here, but I'm here to talk to you about a coup.
A what?
A coup.
A coup?
Were you aware that there is a new Lynx King?
Yeah. Yeah, it sucks about the old Lynx King. Yeah.
Did you know that they're keeping it a secret from most of the citizens?
Well, yeah, because most of the citizens are idiots. Yet they would have a hissy fit. But it doesn't affect my bottom line.
Oh no, another capitalist.
Who does affect your bottom line?
Kind of like.
Well, I suppose if my clientele were to diminish in population, that would affect my bottom line very much.
Well, the vultures have a plot where the carnivores are going to eat as many people as they want.
Not just the ones they can catch?
Not just the ones they can catch. They're going to start executing you on purpose.
Me?
Not you specifically. Maybe you. I don't know.
Maybe you. You might be one of them.
Listen, I'm not. I don't know about that. I don't know.
Our druid here can vouch for me.
Oh, Thrall. I was like, I'm not a druid. Oh, I thought it was Thrall was here.
Oh wait, is there a druid here in Creekbed?
Yeah. Thrall.
Oh, that must be what all that commotion is outside. All those degenerates with their diseases. Why don't they just die already? Listen, listen, those, like, the zoning of various creatures that have come to Creekbed has not been great and has lowered the quality of the neighborhood that I'm trying to raise all my tadpoles in. And he pulls a curtain aside, and there is just, like an old Tupperware container must have been left by some kid that was, at one point, was probably filled with worms, but this is a Tupperware container just filled with hundreds of tadpoles.
Wouldn't those be better in a bucket?
Well, this way they can see me run my business and learn from from me and someday take over my business. The clear Tupperware makes it so they can learn. You gotta teach. You gotta let them. You gotta learn them a thing or two about commerce when they're young, before they go off to school and learn all that hippy dippy nonsense.
Capitalist swine.
Oh, so
This was the worst person to talk to.
I'm doing meditation shit. I'm talking to the scholars over here.
God, I
We got our fucking
love
tree
this
hugger
I
over there.
love this character so much.
Yeah. What exactly are you selling here, miss?
I am selling you a chance to stop the people that are hurting your business and
Who's hurting my business?
the vultures. The vultures are hurting your business.
Because they
are
want
going
to. They
to
want to
kill
start
all your
sacrificing
customers.
people to the carnivores.
They're going to hurt your bottom line and you will be out of business.
Give me a cunning check.
Okay.
Oh my.
You couldn't have picked a better devil's advocate for this conversation. It's the funniest thing. All those people
As bad as this conversation's gone, that is a
I
four.
legitimately thought
It's a
you
four.
were going to pull the curtain back and there was just going to be like a homeless man. Coughing
No,
on the
I
glass.
expected the tadpoles. That's why.
That was a holdover from Paternia, yeah, the tank of tadpoles. Yeah.
Oh,
But yeah,
man.
you rolled a 4.
Yeah.
Listen, until it starts directly affecting me and my kids, I don't give a crap. Get the fuck out of my store.
Could you spare one moment to talk to Thrall?
What the I already paid my freaking tithe or whatever. He lumbers around the he lumbers around the store, the shop, the freaking counter, and yeah, kind of walks out to the front of the store and looks out at all the ugly masses. He looks up at Thrall. Hey! Up there! Oh. You. Are they gonna start killing people? What do you mean? Are they gonna start killing people more than they already are? That is their plan. What does the wild call have to say about it? Huh? It's in direct opposition to the wild call's teachings. Yeah, that's what I thought. They're not gonna kill me, are they? I hate you. And if I have anything to say about it, yes. You're banned from my store. And he turns around, and he walks back into the store, and you can see he pulls out a stack of leaves, of dried leaves, puts them on the counter.
Oh my fuck.
He takes some mud from the forest, from the ground beneath him, rubs it up around his fingers, and starts to write furiously. Beads of froggy bullfrog sweat just on his face, dripping down. And when you look over his
it's mucus.
and if you look over his shoulder, he is writing an anti-monarchy manifesto.
You did it.
My mixed success.
Big success.
Mixed success.
Ronnie, what are you doing?
So Ronnie is trying to, because he's been able to listen to the scholarly debate network, as he's been calling it.
Yeah.
Or as I've been calling it, because he doesn't know what a network is.
Fuck.
The scholarly debate channel that he's teamed into that VC. He's going to basically try to communicate the concept that what the vultures are planning to do is the most affront to nature's call imaginable, to get rid of the idea of following that call, getting food when you need it, but to instead systematically create a structure in which you always have more food than you need, spits in the face of that. To try to get the scholars on board. The religious scholars.
Give me a cunning check, and then give me a charm check.
Okay, I'm gonna say this red and purple dice are my cunning, and this other 2 dice are my charm.
Cool. The cunning will determine how eloquently you put it in this new mode of communication, and charm will determine how many conversational faux pas you accidentally step into.
Cunning and charm are both +1s, which means that for cunning, I got a 10, and for charm, I got an 11.
Cool. So you start to speak on, just if you would, just do a small monologue as to your main points that you want to drill into and spread through this kind of this scent network.
It's something to the effect of, like, gentlemen. I assume he says something to that effect. Ladies and gentlemen, perhaps. I don't know what they call themselves around here.
Who knows?
I may be new to your religion, but the things I've seen seem like the most outright affront to everything you could possibly believe in. I have found out, and rumors I'm sure have started to develop, the vultures plan to create a system in which herbivores are systematically eaten, which I believe spits in the face of everything I appreciate about your beliefs. I think that it denies the idea of nature's call and instead for a, dare I say it, humanoid-like system for the development of food.
There is one...
It's the most eloquent Ronnie's ever been. That's why I did not use the Ronnie voice.
There is one rebuttal sent through the sense, and you've never encountered the kind of creature that this scent seems to be coming from, so it's kind of... You can tell it's not a completely honest creature by the way that it's sensed, but it does speak eloquently, and it says, I don't know, really. I do believe that this new system might bring, the suffering of the carnivores into a more public light. Under this current system, when a carnivore dies, it dies slowly out of starvation when the supply of food is low. But in the current system also, the herbivores die very publicly, and so their pain is felt more really in a more tangible way. If we eliminate the loneliness that comes with carnivore death, we might find a more common ground between the two classes. Does that make any sense to you, new scholar?
Ronnie.
My name is Dash.
Dash
Foxworthy.
God damn it. God damn. For fuck's sake, I say once more. That would be a good time to use it if I hadn't already. So, if I'm here, I have to do religious debate as a fucking possum.
Welcome to TTRPGs!
So if I am understanding you correctly, you are saying that there is already a base inequality in the death of a carnivore that is not really spoken upon, then.
I'm just saying that carnivore deaths matter equally to that of herbivore deaths.
I would like to know when I said that they didn't.
It just seems that this new stance seems to protect herbivores more.
old stance because you're trying to change things. I am the regressive here, not the progressive. It sounds to me, but a simple possum, that that what you're saying is class warfare is okay if it expands the understanding of a carnivore, which I don't really think it does, because a carnivore now is just going to die of old age and sickness, still privately, probably surrounded by their loved ones. So I fail to see how the new system would address this.
There is a ripple of renewed conversation throughout all the
I
conversation.
assume this is just a part of the cacophony.
It's literally a Reddit forum. A lot of people are upping your rebuttal to the rebuttal. You're getting a lot of Reddit gold.
Yeah.
And all that. I'm gonna
Reddit, more like smell it.
smell it gold. Sense gold. Let's return to the. Let's return to Morgan and the Chancellor Vulture, as you said you wanted to go back to the
palace.
The palace. Yeah, and so I assume you're like riding on the back of this thing with this cuffed
Dragon Rider.
Dragon Rider, Vulture Rider.
Like wings of the Nazgul.
And the back, you can see that the other chancellors and the Lynx King they're sensing something that you're not attuned into. And you can see a kind of flicker of rethinking inside of the Lynx King's mind as you enter. Again, this is a small child, very easily swayed by people who seem to have like actual experience and authority, and he is at this point very clearly seeking like validation from any source, whether it be venomous vultures or a kindly deer man. But you ride in Nazgul style on the back of this Chancellor Vulture. And
as soon as we hit ground and he like tucks his wings back up, immediately zip tie it back up. Whoops! Oh, you tie it back up. Oh, that's crazy.
I thought we were done with that.
now his feet and his wings are tied up. Whoa! Hey, there we go. All right,
Brothers, sisters, dispense with this miscreant.
So, your honor, King, sir.
You would do. Everyone addresses me as a lord. I noticed that Anyway, you were saying.
Yeah. My apologies. We don't have a king where you're from.
Really?
So where we're from? Yeah, no, we got a mayor. He's a little tiny dog.
What is a dog?
So like a wolf or a fox, I guess, which I just met a couple. Think about those, but
they are wolves that sided with the devouring and conniving humans a long, long time ago.
Yeah, like real long time ago. He's real tiny. Let's just say that evolution probably wasn't all that kind. Probably has some breathing problem. Maybe some issues with his hips. Who knows?
Chancellor, it was my understanding that you were dead. So said your fellow chancellors. Yes, that was true. That was the story. Yes. And
we have a saying where we're from, specifically with the faction that I work for, where criminals return to the scene of the crime, so to speak. To me, what it seems like here is that your chancellor here and his buddies were not so honest with you about what exactly went down with this wild call.
Lord Barrington, would you like to say a few words on this? And behind you, you see entering the forest the lumbering form of Lord Barry Barrington of Thistle, War Chief of the realm.
The biggest motherfucker to walk
Biggest
in this entire...
motherfucker you've ever seen.
Fucking gigantic. That's not intimidating. I don't know. Literally, the thought going through Sam's head is, I don't know if I have big enough.
My lord, it was necessary to deceive you about this vulture's death in hopes to ascertain the true culprits behind whom led the humans upon us. He was working for me, and with his connections to the underbelly of our kingdom, we sought to bring light the true evildoers. Give me a cunning check.
Keep rolling them high numbers tonight. That's bad start. You say cunning?
Yes.
Luckily, that's my best one. That's an 8.
Oh, that's an 8?
Yeah.
He seems pissed.
Yeah. I am not doing well. I'm very...
The bear seems pissed.
Yeah.
Yay.
The tiny bird holding the other a much larger bird hostage at the moment in front of the king is quite terrified of the bear at the moment, but I'm not showing it. Just internal monologue like, this is a good, bad place to be.
So tell me, Chancellor, were you able to determine the true culprit behind my father's mysterious death? Not yet, my lord, as my investigation was cut short by this short bird. I see. I apologize, Sir Crow. I did not catch your name.
It's Detective Sam or Bird Police.
Miss Sir Detective, if you would let the Chancellor go.
Yeah, I'm gonna need more information.
He sends a glance over to Lord Barrington. Give me a finesse check.
All right. Not great. What do we got? 2. That would be a 10. Actually, that actually is okay.
With a 10, you sense the bear's large paws. You catch the whistle of the wind passing through the fur on the bear's large paw as it swats towards you, and you rocket up into the sky at the very last second.
Whoa! Hey, that is assaulting a police officer.
Seize him. And all the other vultures, they take flight, and start to try to corral you back down toward Lord Barrington.
I actually get to use another one of my abilities.
A word?
Silent pause. I am adept at slipping into and out of dangerous situations without anyone noticing.
Dang, son.
Using almost every one of my abilities today.
Let's go.
Yeah. It's like one of those MASH moments where everyone's trying to get at you at the same time.
Oh, they're stooging.
Yeah. It's
That's the technical term, stooging.
Oh, okay.
So I am going to do... Basically, I have to do a roguish feat to sneak or hide. I guess in this situation, it would be like...
Like behind Lord Barrington's massive head.
Yeah, just like I'm using my aerial superiority here to try to just...
Well, yeah, you're a tiny fighter, like dodging and weaving around what is essentially an enormous mech and a few bomber planes.
Yeah. It's like, all right. And then basically what I can do is that if I miss, I can mark 2 exhaustion to shift a miss to a success.
Cool. Go ahead and give me that fantastic roll.
That is a 9 plus. I'm assuming that this is finesse for a roguish.
Yes.
So it's plus 2. That's gonna be another 11.
Another 11.
Fuck yeah.
Just like
these dice cooked.
Aerial superiority. You send 2 of the 5 airborne vultures careening into each other. Another one into Lord Barrington's belly. And after like a quick, after like a few quick bomb dives and whatnot, you give the last vulture a slip. The slip through the higher part of the thicker canopy. You hear as you jet off into the clear blue, Lord Barrington let out an enormous war cry that sound like, for all intents and purposes, he might as well just sounded off like a war horn. For you hear in response the cries of badgers and wolves and foxes and a falcon.
Shit.
The
falcon is definitely a sound that he's heard before.
Yes, sir.
Yup, that is.
You guys, let's pan back.
I'm gonna go ahead and take just as a personal thing, I'm gonna take a hit of notoriety to the forest horde.
Yep, that would be. Yeah, actually, take 2 hits. Actually.
Okay, take 2 hits.
Take 2.
That puts me down. That puts me down to. They're every 3 ticks, right? For.
Let's see, notoriety and.
I was at a +1 for helping.
Right.
For all, so I guess I would be down to.
Right. So
one single tick and the 0.
Yeah.
That's my guess on how that works.
Right. Yeah, it takes 3 notoriety to get to -1. It takes 5 ticks to get to 1 prestige.
Okay, so I'm at 3 ticks.
3
and a 0.
3 ticks and a 0 to notoriety. Oh God. So we're gonna pan back over to Creekbed, where on top of Claude's Crevice of Curiosities, he's got like a banner hung up and everything that says Revolution. He's handing out pamphlets. Read today. Arm yourself in knowledge that I wrote from my experienced political and commerce mind. Make sure that you're not fooled by the people in charge. Build a better future, if not for your children, then for all of my children, and there are so many of them.
All your herbivore friends.
You wanted the socialist revolution, and instead you created the American Revolution. No calling without representation.
You win
We will
some,
not.
you lose some.
We will not be sent to slaughter. We will not be sent to slaughter. We will not be sent to slaughter. Yeah.
Say no against slavery.
Yeah. So yeah, you've got a whole bunch of amphibians, a bunch of turtles, frogs, newts, some fish. You got a whole band of crawdads on your side. And the message is flowing throughout the forest like the creek itself. What do you guys want to do now that you've got this a little bit of a buzz going about?
I want to go around and hand out pamphlets to other areas, like let's go to the Warrens. They have great numbers.
Great numbers, yeah. Yeah, so just actually the Warrens just happen to be downstream of Creekbed. And Warren is just a whole bunch of berry bushes, some fruiting trees up there as well. It's very you see a lot of rabbits wearing grass hats and flannel shirts. Just real country folk, not like fishing country, like Louisiana country. We're talking like Midwest fruit farming rabbit folk.
We're talking Iowa.
We're talking Iowa, baby.
We talking Iowa up in here.
You gotta give Iowa a try.
That's the Iowa State slogan.
Hey, it's from
okay here.
Music Man.
It's okay.
Yeah, we're all right here.
Are you sure you're in Iowa?
No, I'm not.
Yeah, I can believe you. I don't know, man.
And you, Ruby, are handing out some pamphlets to, you know, a male rabbit who has his gal right there by his side. They're both looking at the pamphlet, and every, like, I want to say 3 to 5 seconds, they take a break and smooch each other. And so, well, you know, we don't really like it when we're forced. We wouldn't really like it all that much if, like, every now and then we'd have to give up some of our children to just be sacrificed to those nasty foxes and them wolves. It's just, listen, we have a hard enough time having enough people here just to pick all the berries. Ain't that right, darling? Yes, it's just all very, it's not nice. We don't like it. And so, yeah, you can, yeah, I mean, I'll talk to my brother and my other brother, my brother and my brother and my sister and my sister's husband and his husband and his brother and their husband brother and the brother husband and then the brother husband's brother and then their grandpappy and their grandpappy's grandpappy and then their grandpappy's grandpappy and then and then old Midge. We'll talk to her about it. She's smart as a whip. And then we'll talk to old Midge's sons, all 15 of his sons and all the sons of Midge, and then yeah, I listen. I was a real shock when you told me that the old Lynx King died and that the new one's only 8 years old. I don't know if I really... Listen, I have a couple of 8-year-olds myself, and I don't think they would be very good kings at all. No, not none whatsoever. And Ruby, you just well-placed micro-targeting demographics have started a real movement amongst the herbivore population and the herbivores of the Warren... And the Warren lords, lords of the Warren, they have come. They have a chat with you. Have tea with this just enormous rabbit. We're talking like one of those like one of those like. I can't remember if they're the Scottish rabbits that are just absolutely enormous.
I know what
big
you're
chonker
talking
ones,
about.
yeah.
The big
the ones that are like the
freaking-
size of a Maine Coon.
Right.
Yeah.
The ones, like, obviously this one isn't from around here. Somehow, like,
Flemish.
escaped.
Fucking
The Flemish rabbit.
Flemish rabbit. Like, obviously there's a bit of size preference as to what kind of political power that you're allowed to have in around these here parts. But you sit down and have a conversation with these two enormous Flemish rabbits that obviously were imported as some kind of exotic pet, but then somehow escaped. And they've just become the dominant superpower of this small community of fruit gathering rabbits. And as you're doing that, you've got all of this political hubbub. I imagine Ronnie is also talking a little bit, maybe, to these very hungry people about like a good alternative religion that doesn't require people to die.
Yeah, I'm handing out little bits of salt. I
Just a little
think
bit
I
of
don't have a lot of food on me.
You
That's
guys,
what
you guys are having
Chewie's
a
for.
great time mobilizing all these people, and I'm over
Yeah,
here.
meanwhile, you're in
I'm
danger.
I'm gonna die.
Yeah,
You're fine.
let's just kind of zoom in on the very real and scary situation that Sam Morrigan is in, flying like real close to the treetop canopy, not knowing where everyone else has run off to, not knowing what they're doing. It's stressful. It's like a real life or death stress, not the kind of stress that would make your heart palpitate, like beat really fast, as described by the Griffin McElroy looking newt. But it's a kind of stress that bypasses the inside center of your being and just irradiates all the way out to your skin. Like a white, hot flame of stress and anxiety that coats the entirety of Sam Morrigan's outside as he's flapping. Obviously, his heart is beating because he's running away. He's flying away for his life. But we're going to end on Morgan feeling this white, hot stress all over his body and feeling the sun and its warmth on his feathers. And then suddenly, the warmth of the sun is blocked out. And that's where we're going to end tonight's episode of Trash Chronicles. Sorry. It's time for some housekeeping. Who's got advancements for me?
I think Ruby's got a big one, right? Like, no doubt on Ruby.
She definitely is started on one.
Yeah, it's when I topple a tyrannical figure.
It's when it gets toppled, not when you're organizing the revolution.
Yeah, none yet.
I would not disrespect you if you think this doesn't count.
Okay.
But I think I stuck pretty strongly to my principles by fighting against the idea of eating other people systematically. Because I come from a religion where everyone has enough and no one has to fucking die to feed other people.
You know what? That is completely fair.
And that's what bothers me.
That is completely fair.
Gotcha, thank you.
What was that button?
Yeah.
That was the nut button.
Ah, delightful.
I've had this for a couple of years.
I have something to talk about after stream.
Oh boy.
I don't think I got anything this time because mine are discovery and revenge, and it's advanced when you encounter a new wonder or ruin in the forest. And I don't think I really discovered.
No, not really. No.
Nothing that wasn't like already kind of made known. And then revenge, I didn't do anything for my revenge plot line.
That's fair. Although you do have quite a few people now that you could take revenge on.
Yes.
In the future.
Things are not going well for Sam.
Not going all too great.
Sam's an old bird. He might not be around much longer.
If that's everyone's advancement pitches,
yep,
it's time to pitch me some stuff that I will have to draw and post it to the Patreon. We're gonna make a Twitter poll. I mean an X poll. It doesn't matter. So let me just make sure I can get this poll set up. There we go. This week's Patreon poll. Who's got art you want me to draw? Yes, Ruby.
I want the reveal of Dash coming through the brush.
Ooh. Captain Dash. Fox.
Is Dash short for dashing? Is he so handsome?
I imagine he's
mayhaps
dashing.
do you you know what I might do? I might do like a character like an eye catch, like a JoJo's Bizarre Adventure eye catch, where it's him on all fours in animal form, and then off to the side it's like his humanoid form. Who has another one?
I would like the book cover of this manifesto, this communist manifesto, but capitalist.
It's not really a capitalist manifesto. It's just it's more or less. This is it's.
Was it Thomas Paine?
Thomas Paine, yes, it's Thomas Paine. What did he write? What did he write?
Turn up. So.
Oh, it's
Yeah,
got a
you
really
do
good.
it.
It's Thomas Paine's obvious. It's like a name. It's a book that's like, this is obvious, guys. Come on. Thomas Paine's.
Google Thomas Paine books. Let's see what comes up.
Go for it.
Yeah. I'm not great at remembering author names.
He literally has one just called Common Sense.
That's it.
Yeah.
Common Sense by Claude.
By Claude.
Oh, it's that Hamilton line. Reading Common Sense by Thomas Paine. Yeah.
Yeah.
Claude. And then just leaves Morgan.
So mine was watching Ruby's face drop when she realized that this dude was not socialist in the least bit, or it's just like actually meeting the devil's advocate and watching Chaos Incarnate lose an argument.
How I'm not having a hard time picturing that in my brain hole.
I know, it's just that was the scene that made me laugh the hardest in this one. Was just
this was
having
like,
this.
It just
is it just the like, is it the meme where he's like, Ruby.
and then like
have a frog spewing off like, you know, like dollar signs and like business graphs.
This is an argument. There we go.
Just the finger going limp. Just
okay, it's a 2-panel comic. Let's go.
Yeah.
That'll be that Twitter poll will be up sometime tomorrow after this is done airing on YouTube. On my YouTube channel. You can go ahead and, if you want to, you can go and see that as soon as it goes live. It'll go live tomorrow at 11. And then the Twitter poll will show up sometime after that. If you want to see the completed arts that you are voting on in the Twitter poll, you go to Daddy's Dungeon D&D at patreon.com and sign up at the $5 level. Like these sexy people right here. Green Otter, Little Demons, Jeremy Paulson, and Dustin Irving. These sexy people.
Ooh, there's 4 this
There's
week.
4 of them. I believe there was 4 of them last time as well, but who knows? I could be wrong. The shuffle, they pop in and out so frequently. We still have the stretch goals, as in the stretch goals for the Alien pinup poster and a pilot episode of us just reading the Bible sarcastically. And there's also the unofficial extreme stretch goal. If we get enough patrons, I can just hire Noodle Goon to do sound editing for these episodes. But that's like an extreme stretch goal. It would take... That was your roommate. Anyway... I'm not gonna hold you guys here for much longer. I know you all want to go watch Critical Role. So, thank you guys so much for watching. I have, of course, been your garbage man, your game master, your goon, your goon daddy, playing Revolucion, Airy Possum, aka Ruby Possum has been Moss Creature.
Blah blah blah.
Revolution. Do you hear the people sing? Playing Pious Possum, aka Ronnie Possum, has been the Noodle Doodler.
I'm just glad that Ruby found an outlet.
And playing Man on the Run, the Maltese Falcon, Detective Sam Morgan, has been Vidiogames. I can't hear whatever that was.
Gotta weigh in over my head on this one.
Oh boy, I may or may not be trying to kill you. Anyway, thank you again.
I'll be dying.
Thank you guys so much for watching again. I love you all. You guys are fantastic. Thank you so much for supporting the show. You are also all trash. Yeah! Vive la revolution! Yeah, I cannot wait for Halloween. Halloween's a good.
Yes.
Yes.
Spooky month.
Spooky month. It's a spooky month.